So this is a bookcase for me. I'm replacing an old one. I'm putting it in a kind of little quirky little room off the side of my living room. I wanted something quite simple looking and modern. I didn't want to build a traditional case. It's also an awkward shaped little room. So I've come up with this idea. It's something you could all do basically in your garage or your workshop. You don't need a lot of tools. The only reason I'm using quite a lot of tools is because I'm using all offcuts and not cutting any wood that hasn't been cut before. Everything needs to be offcuts. A couple of the shelves are from pieces of oak that were left over from a previous job. That's the only kind of caveat really. So far there's that piece down there, all of this lot. Some's going to be random width, the chunky ones. So I'm going to laminate these 3. Maybe there's another one, 4. Leave that overnight and then start working out the dimensions. See if they're going to be random width and length or. One of the reasons you see me using all the big machines is because I'm using very rough sawn leftover wood offcuts, and I'm trying to do the best to glue them all up and make use of them rather than turn them into firewood. Obviously if you were doing this project yourself and you only had a garage, you could literally go to the timber merchants and buy the right dimensions, even get it planed. And this build, the joy of it is really it's just some screws, really simple design. Okay, so this is the idea, just real chunky blocks. Books are going to be like this. These are going to be just kind of randomly spaced. Really simply, I've got quite a tight fit. I've got to do a lot of cutting in on the wall, and because this is my, I've got to scribe it on the wall because this is for me. I'm not going to worry about clever joints. So there's going to be screws with wooden plugs like this. Bottom one will be screwed to the bottom, and I'll just work my way up, and I'll scribe each shelf. So this first bottom shelf goes on, scribe it, fit it. Then balance this one on, scribe it, fit it, balance this, scribe it, fit it. When they're all looking good against the wall and scribed in, cut to the right lengths, I'm just going to pull it all to bits, oil it all, and then put it together with screws and plugs. So let's get over to the little kind of cubby hole, which is going to be a little library and wood store. So it's just a real small room. I'll get the measurements later. The log store unit's going to go there, and the book shelves are going here. It's going to be a bit awkward videoing this. I'm going to do my very best. But what you can see here, I've got a scribe. I think I did a bit of ply, very rough test here. Not going to be perfectly, the wall is really out and you're not going to see the back. The top shelf will be perfectly scribed. The bottom ones will be just getting as much use of the wood as I can. So I'll just push it back. The very bottom's got that sort of old bit of stone. So I'm going to, as you can see, I did a test scribe there. I'm going to scribe that first one in and then put the blocks on, do the next one, blocks on, next one. That's the idea. One of the reasons I come up with this quite simple, even though I think it looks really cool and different, one of the reasons I come up with this really simple design of putting the 3 blocks on, resting the next board, scribing, is because if I tried to scribe a whole unit, they get really tricky. And I mean, this is for me, and I want something a bit different. So I'm not bothered about a few screws in this case. But anyway, let's get going and see how it looks. So that's worked out. That's pretty good. Push that back. That's pretty good. Needs a little bit off there. It's just working out how high to have it off the floor. I'm going to build it up to there and see what it looks like. The issue I've got is if I drop lower, I'm hitting the stone all the way along. There's this little stone ridge, and I don't know whether to chop the shelf shallow and hit the stone ridge, or keep the shelf nice and deep and go above it. So this is the first one on. I just want to get a feel for how high it's going to be. I'm quite surprised. It's only that real bottom one that needed major scribing. Obviously we've got a small gap there and there, so a tiny scribe here is going to push that against the wall. But before I do that, I need to assess how high off the ground it's going to be. As I said, the benefits of having it off the ground is that bottom shelf is clean to the wall, so that's what I'd like to do. And I've made it, these are temporary supports just to see how high it's going to be. I could probably copy those chunky 3 legs underneath so it looks like it joins the floor, which is probably what I'll do. This next little scribe, it's only, I can only just about get that piece of wood in, so I'm just going to use that and just move along. One of the really fun parts about doing your own little projects is you can just kind of have an idea, and if something changes midway, you can go with it. Obviously if it's a client's project and you've done a drawing, I mean, you don't need any scribing there. For what we're doing here, there's no gap at all. So it's weird, I've been thinking about this scribing in and how to build a case in this awkward little space. And now, after all that, that's interesting, right on the light switch, which is just about right. So I'll go and get my wife, I think, to look at this now, because this has got higher than I expected. Possibly that was going to be the top, but also it's very hard to see on the camera, but all of these need to be cut at an angle. It's going to get narrower this end because I want to square it off the room, so it's probably going to be cut 20mm off the back just to make it square with the room, then it won't stick out, so it's going to be much tighter on the wall. But I've managed to avoid that plug and somehow that switch just by a few mil, so that's good. So we could come up another couple of mil in case we ever needed to change that light switch, which wouldn't be able to access with that shelf. So I've started at the bottom, squared it off of the room, and just worked my way up using the straight edge to mark how far the shelves need to be cut back. As you can see here, just mark that, cut it. Another reason to do this shelving system like this was it's a very tight space, and I wanted to use the full space. If I'd have put a back on the bookcase or anything, I'd have been starting to get gaps down the back, whereas the books actually touch the wall here, which is what I really wanted. So the simplest way to get all these in position, obviously each shelf needs some drilling from the underside. So I'll put it in position, mark where the holes are going to go, then flip it, and then drill it and then flip it back. So there is one set of screws on the bottom of each shelf and one set of screws on the top. So you can see why I did it this way. It's a funny, awkward space, and I did want to kind of make it look modern and fit the walls. I didn't want a traditional bookcase cabinet with the big sides on, and by staggering the joints, it makes it quite interesting. You'll see at the end. So it's not massively complicated engineering, it's a very simple design, but I just wanted something a bit different and something that I could, slightly modular, I could expand, and I didn't want a traditional sided bookcase. So I kind of repeat this obviously all the way up. You can see how I did it now, and the great thing was it's expandable, and I didn't make it big enough, so finally I added another and then another, and now it's basically a wall of books, which is what I really wanted in the first place. And yeah, I think it looks really cool.